All right, let's get into it. This is my trading recap. It is May 20th, 8 p.m. May 20th. The time's not important. The date's kind of important, but I guess you could check all that out on the actual YouTube description and thumbnail and all that. So we got some interesting price action. And I just realized I didn't do a recap from last week. I'm going to take these off because they're being very reflective right now. I don't want you guys to be like, oh, he's hiding behind a glare. Glasses don't want to cooperate with something like this. So, uh, I didn't do a video yesterday. I actually sat down for like 35 minutes and attempted to do some back testing, and it was just, I was trying to back test the January zones, or sorry, back test the month of January utilizing these zones, and you can see I drew one here a little bit later on, but the price action that we got just did not really. Oh, and that's even December stuff. January got really weird, and it was like a 17% win rate. And I would have to double check this. I almost feel like the zones that we have drawn here are not the zones that we would have had drawn in January. So I do want to go back through and try to do like one more decent round of back testing. I know that this strategy works from the beginning of April, which is right up here. So, you know, that's reassuring. That's good to know. But I do want to go through and try to do some more extensive back testing to make sure that I'm just not in this really weird period in the market where I'm just getting really lucky trading. I don't think that's the case. I feel like I'm trading zones. I'm doing exactly what Don teaches. I just happen to finally get it through my head that I need to let my winners run a little bit more. So I'm not as concerned about it, but it's definitely something that would probably be helpful to do is to go back and do some more extensive back testing as long as I have the right zones. That'll be the big thing. But anyways, so yesterday's trading, one of the things that I did do, let's pull up Trader View. Oh, why is Windows 11 so dumb? Why isn't this over there? Like why is it separate? I don't want it separate. I want it I want it all consolidated. So I click the icon just like I would on any other platform, and it shows me my windows. Okay, so here is Trader View. Here's the performance that we have. Yesterday is showing a loss of $1,800, and you could be like, well, what did you do to lose $1,800 yesterday? I locked in a bunch of options trades that just went against me. So it was one day before expiration. That's not right. Is it? Yes, it is. I got assigned on that one. Yeah, I got screwed on cost. I got assigned. It was halfway through the spread, and so I got assigned 100 shares. And then I got emails from Tastyworks letting me know in a very friendly way that I had a margin call. So I either needed to liquidate positions or deposit funds, and I was like, all right, well, that's all getting liquidated. So yeah, you want to see what happens when you're not paying attention to your options positions and they just come straight on down through. That was cost. I think I went long up here. Oh man, go away. Uh, I think I went long up here and we came down 24%. So I got assigned. Somebody exercised that contract, the put that I sold, and I cannot say that I blame them at all. So, as you can probably tell, trading options has kind of taken a back burner position for me, just because I got really whipped around when we where are we? I'm on the 4 hour. Let's go back to the daily. We had this just nice steady downtrend stuff, and I was making money, making money, making money, and then all of a sudden I went short here. I tried to go short again here, and we got this rip your face off rally that made it look like we were about to start trending back up. It was like, all right, we put in the bottom for the year. We're going to come back, and I figured one of these two zones, we're just going to push up through it. And that is not what happened at all. We ended up coming back down hard, and here we are from the top of the year to the low that we made today. We're down 20% on the S&P 500, and I kind of think I want it. I want it down here. We're actually not that far away either. This is where I think we might stand a good chance of turning. I mean, there's the Rona, the event, the cataclysmic 35, 36%, like all at once. And if we come all the way back down to here, that'll be 27%. Do we see 30? Are we going to see 30% down this year? That'd be interesting. Lots of opportunity being made for people that are long-term investing, bag holding, that kind of a thing. So, anyways, all of that rambling to say, I did end up increasing my risk to match something closer to 1% of my actual account value. And not to say that I'm going crazy or anything like that, but I was kind of like, I believe in what I'm doing. The market conditions are being favorable right now for this style of trading. And I forgot how much I love futures trading. And so what I'm trying to demonstrate through this long-winded rambling is that options, I will go back to selling options for premium when the markets are not quite as insane as what they are right now. I haven't looked at an actual like there's indicators that you can have. I think TOS has them where you can view the implied volatility and the historical volatility. And anybody that sells options for premium knows that if you're trying to sell options when the historical volatility is above the implied volatility, you're probably going to have a bad time. And I haven't looked at it. Like I said, I have not been focusing heavily on options at all lately. I would have to guess, just with this sustained downtrend that we've gotten since the end of March, really, that that we probably have historical volatility above implied volatility. So once we go back to something a little bit more chill, like let's just get a normal, boring uptrend like this, I would love to sell for premium in a context like that. Obviously, you're not going to pick up as much because there's not as much panic, but just the normal, boring uptrend, yeah, I'll start selling stuff then. But in the meantime, selling options for premium resulted in me locking in an $1,800 loss. So I forgot that assignment was a thing, honestly. I've, for whatever reason, like it just did not even cross my mind, like, oh yeah, I could get assigned on that. And the weirder thing was I thought if I got assigned that it would automatically close out the whole spread. I thought my broker would automatically just cut the spread, cut the loss, and that was that. And that was not the case. So as I pointed out, oh sorry, I clicked on Roku. As I pointed out on cost, I got assigned 100 shares and then had to close them out manually. So bummer. Anyways, let's go to our reports. Let's focus on futures trading, since that is what I've been focusing on. We're running this then from May 2nd. That's sort of when I picked back up on futures and started taking them seriously again. And then we'll just go to today's date. Let's filter that out. Wait for Dark Reader to kick in so it doesn't look so weird. And there we go. There's our P&L curve. There's our, look at those giant blue candles. Isn't that just wonderful? And this week, I'm still kicking myself because this day right here where I ended up red, I should have made like 400, 600. I should have been up $600 that day. And then the next day is when I decided to increase my risk. So I had my second $1,000 day. I've started risking about $500 per trade now. And then today was $785 profit. So you can see just nice profits, nice consistent uptrend. We'll kick over to our detailed page here. I am winning approximately 55% of the time. And the beauty of trading the way that I'm trading, where I am winning at least twice as much as what I'm risking or what I'm losing, so my average winner is twice the size of my average loser, that means that if I only have a 50% win rate, it's totally fine because I'm going to keep making money. I would love to see that win rate improve. That's something that I'm going to continuously work at. Like, let's get down the system how it is and then figure out what tweaks I could potentially make. To increase that win rate or increase the size of my winners would be the other big thing. I wish that I would have gotten that Type 2 the other day. I already did the video on that, so I'm not going to ramble on that too much. But let's cover the last 2 trading days. We broke down below the zone, so I took my losses here and I wanted to step things up and increase my risk and do all sorts of fun stuff on a retest. So what I really wanted was a break and a retest, and we, as you can see, we never got that retest. And down here, I really don't have an entry. My stop was above this long wick over here. Let's get rid of that. Stop is above the long wick over here. And if I tried to enter right here, I mean, you're looking at, I can grab maybe one contract, maybe two contracts. Not even two. I would have to have it a little bit higher, and I don't think that would get filled. And then you're really, with a speed bump zone in the way, you're gonna have a hard time getting that to actually hit your profit. I mean, it would have. You can see it would have ended up playing out. We would have hit that today if I tried a weird position like that. I just decided not to trade that. I didn't get the retest that I wanted, and so I was like, all right, I'm going to sit this out. I'm going to be patient. And then we sold off overnight, and I was like, wow, you left without me. I wanted to be short, but you left without me. Whatever, that's fine. We came down, we hit this type 1 on a speed bump zone. For those that aren't as familiar with Don's terminology, a speed bump zone is it's a zone where you're going to see some level of interaction. We can draw that out over here, right? You're gonna see some choppy sideways stuff, like we came up here and we hit it and we consolidated for about 7 days and just did a whole lot of nothing before we finally rejected out of it. We came up, you see we rejected off of it, we pushed up, and then we kind of shot down through it, we pushed back up, we shot down through it, we pushed up. It's not respecting the zone, not like what the price action that you get right here, where it's like, all right, we hold above it, bounce, 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 bounce. That broke below, and that, I guess you could almost probably plot something out right there. Maybe? Just out of curiosity. That works, that works, that works. Yeah, you could. I would get weirded out by it, though. Pushed up, consolidated, broke above, came down, broke below, gapped above, came down again. I don't like that kind of interaction. That's almost like another speed bump, which is super annoying. But you see this interaction right here, this interaction right here, and this interaction right here. Anyways, let's not get distracted. So speed bump zones they're speed bumps. They're not something that you want to play as like really strong price action, not like a blue zone is going to be. A blue zone, you're going to come down, and that's where we expect buyers or sellers to be hanging out. That's why when we push right up to this zone, I'm still kicking myself because I could have taken a type 2 short. I would have my type 2 right about there. Stop would have been above that wick, and I think I would have had like 3 contracts on that trade, and that would have been a 3-to-1 trade. So like you're locking in profit the moment it even leaves the zone. If you're more skilled at trailing things than what I am, then you let it run basically zone to zone, and there you go. You just made 10-to-1 on your risk. So if you risk $200 on that trade like I would have, you could have made $2,000 pretty easily, actually. It was just a straight down run, and then we broke below the zone. Anyways, hindsight is always 20/20. That's why I'm not trying to trail things right now. We'll work on that advanced stuff once I get down the basics and start making some more money. So we hit the speed bump zone. The really interesting thing there is that we were at 1 standard deviation down on SPY. And that basically, these are the boundaries that we expect to stay in for the week. As you can see, we actually did close the week inside of the standard deviations. That's exactly what you expect. We tried to push out of it one more time and ended up getting bought right back up. I didn't play this move. When I saw this, I was long on the speed bump zone on the type 1. And it was nerve-wracking because I don't like trading speed bump zones. I think I have my stop somewhere down here. This move would have tagged me out if I tried trading that again today. But I had a type 1 set. First time scaling up my position size, so I was in it a little bit heavier than what I would normally be in a trade. And it ended up pushing up, and I got out on this candle right here and locked in about $1,000 in profit. It did reject and then ended up pushing up. And the thing that killed me this morning, man, this irritated me. we hit my zone. My limit order was like right here. It was 1 point above where the wick stopped. So I did not get filled. I would have had 3 contracts short today. I ended up getting in here, and what I basically did was I had my position there. My stop loss would have been, where did I say that was? My stop was pretty wide above this wick, and so I could only actually afford 2 contracts at that point. And so my take profit was down in the speed bump. So that was kind of a weird position to be in. I don't like having a take profit inside of a zone, even though it's a speed bump. Just because if we do see that rejection out of it, then I'm going to be waiting for this thing to come back down and hopefully eventually break through just for me to hit profit. Whereas the position that I'm in now, if we try pushing back up, I'll take type 1, type 2 short, hopefully, and just rock that thing back to the downside. Or we'll break and retest and push up, and I'll make money on the way up. So I'll take a loss there and then, push up. But my stop is being run tighter because I think if we break this, we're heading to the upside. Anywho, I took the type 1 long, made money there. I got in a sketchy type 1 short today, and it ended up selling off right above the zone. On the 15-minute candles, we had this area of consolidation, and I could have trailed with a stop and been just fine. I looked at it and I was like, I don't like the way this looks. That to me looks like it's either going to base out and drop some more, or it's going to base out and reverse up out of there. I know that we're getting close to that 1 standard deviation line again. I'm not in a position where I want to try to go long on this zone, and so I just ended up closing out my trade. Made like $775. Right here, we got what appeared to be a break and a retest on a small time frame. I got short, and then I tagged out near break even. I think I made like $10 on that trade, risking much less than what I normally would. Did not risk 500 on that trade, and then we ended up pushing up. And what you can see, I did adapt the zone a little bit to match this more recent price action, just to make sure that it's better. So we held the speed bump and we pushed up and out. That to me looks like shorts covering their positions, which is buy side activity. It's short sellers taking profit. So I would actually really love to see another push up, and hopefully, we just tag the zone and then just bleed off. And hopefully I'll make another quick and easy type 1 trade right there. So that's my general plan. That's what happened. You can see I do have my limit set. If we come all the way down to this bottom zone, I will buy that one, and hopefully get that nice 2-to-1 interaction, 2-to-1 trade. Risking a little bit more than what I was previously. Why is Windows 11 so stupid? Is there a setting that I can change where it won't do that? All right. So far, from May 2nd to May 20th, we're up 38.95. I could not have made $5 more today, just to have that be a nice round number, but that's okay. We're up 38.95, trading futures. If we go to our, is it overview that I wanted to show? Yeah. So yesterday was when I stepped up my risk, made $1,000 on that one. Then, like I said, made that $785 today. So we'll see what next week holds. I'm planning on enjoying my weekend and not thinking about trading. The other thing that I did that I already did a video on, so I don't need to spend a lot of time talking about it, is I am not spending any time in the Discord chat or watching Don's live streams through the rest of this month, just to make sure that my brain is not being filled with other traders' ideas. I'm sort of just clearing my mind, just letting the zones do the talking, basically, and we'll see how this plays out. So hopefully we continue to see this kind of an uptrend. If we clear out all the filters and just focus on the last 90 days, I am up apparently $2,000 on the year total. That surprises me, actually. Huh. I was up higher at one point. Now I'm up apparently $2,000. I still have like $1,000 loss to lock in options trading, so that'll come down. But hopefully futures helps to offset that. In the meantime, I'm focusing 95% of my energy on futures, just because that is the thing that's making money right now. It's the it's going back to what I really love doing, why I love trading. It's just that simple price action. I'm having a blast with it. So hopefully it works out. If you want to follow along and see where I'm at 6 months from now and see if if this is a higher number or if I just managed to throw away all my money, then be sure to subscribe and we'll keep up with it. So thanks for watching. You have a good weekend and I'll see you Monday.